Hello again. My name is Jason, and I'm going to be talking about Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency by Douglas Adams. This one I think it's getting more well known, but I think this is the less well known of the series that Douglas Adams wrote. Obviously Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's the big one. And a very fun book, very enjoyable. Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency has got that same kind of quirky humor that Douglas Adams is known for, but it's very, very different. It starts out with this man, Richard McDuff. He's attending a dinner at his old college, and one of his professors there does this magic trick. He makes this salt shaker, disappear. And then he smashes open this clay pot that's centuries old. And inside it was the salt shaker. So then he reads this poem that has it's Kubla Khan by Coleridge. And it has this second part that doesn't exist in our time. In our world. It only exists there. So then it goes to another place and it has an electric monk. Now an electric monk is weird. What it is it's an android that believes on behalf of its owner. So you don't have to believe anything, the monk believes it for you. It's an android and it does its thing. It's on this other planet. It goes through a door and it ends up on Earth with its horse. I know. It's bizarre. The monk then he ends up on Earth in this professor's bathroom. So Richard McDuff, that's the guy. Professor Chronotis, he's the professor that did the magic trick. Somehow the electric monk ended up in his bathroom with the horse. Anyway, the monk then kills McDuff's boss, Gordon Way, and Way's ghost is then trying to contact people through, ethereal means. McDuff goes back to his apartment. He gets kind of starts acting out of character, climbing up drain pipes to break into his ex-girlfriend's place. Apparently he left some embarrassing message on her answering machine. Yeah. Then Susan was actually Gordon Way's sister. And she's dating this guy, Michael Wenton Weeks. And he starts behaving strangely. And anyway, McDuff then goes and visits Dirk Gently. Now, Dirk Gently is the one who runs the Holistic Detective Agency. If you're not sure what holistic means, it means that you believe in the fundamental interconnectedness of all things. So there's a connection between A and B. You may not know what it is, but it exists. And so there's all these disparate things going on, and Dirk Gently is the one who believes he can see the pattern that connects all these separate events. So they go to meet other people and stuff, and Dirk Gently, he's the one that comes up with, he's like, McDuff, you were possessed by a ghost, and there was a time machine involved. I mean, how do you come up with these things? It's so weird. So they go to Professor Chronotis, and it turns out that Professor Chronotis does have a time machine. It's disguised as his apartment, or as his office there at the college. And apparently, 4 billion years ago, aliens were coming to Earth. There was a mistake. It blew up, and their landing craft blew up, and it killed all the aliens. And now the ghost of one of these aliens is trying to fix his mistake and is trying to possess people. he possessed Coleridge, who wrote the poem Kubla Khan and the Rime of the Ancient Mariner, but the poet was too whacked out on laudanum to do what he wanted, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. And so you go through the story, and you see how Douglas Adams has interwoven all the little points so that they are interconnected. Obviously, this is narrative causality. I mean, you're not going to be throwing stuff in there and calling it the holistic detective agency where you have the fundamental interconnectedness of all things and then not connect them. I mean, but that being said, it's still entertaining to read. It's still entertaining to see how all the little bits and pieces go together so that they're connected, and how the plot of the plots of the different beings in the narrative interweave, and how they interact with each other. It's interesting, all the little bits and pieces, and I love at the end when Dirk Gently, he specializes in missing cats and messy divorces, apparently. And when Macduff goes to him and says, "Hey, I need your help. I think you're the only one that can help me with this." He was trying to find a missing cat for a client, and at the end, it's great. He sends a bill to the client with an added line that says, let's see, it was to saving human race from total extinction, no charge. So that was added to her bill as part of the ending joke. So you actually, it's rather interesting as well. When they run into the aliens, they hear music on the ship. There's just a bunch of different weird things that Douglas Adams put in this book, and it's hard to highlight all the bizarre little additions, because, for instance, Richard Macduff, he's a computer software engineer, so he writes computer programs, and he wrote a spreadsheet program that takes the data that you put in the spreadsheet and turns it into music. And it was apparently very popular, and now he's being pressured by his boss to come up with the next iteration of the software. But when they end up on the alien spaceship, they hear this music, and then they'd never heard it before, didn't exist before. But then after the events happened, Johann Sebastian Bach, which had not existed in this universe, now exists, and the music from the alien spaceship is attributed to him. So yeah, I mean, the Electric Monk in and of itself is just bizarre. I mean, having an android that believes for you, so you don't have to do the believing yourself. Anyway, it's very entertaining, very good, funny read, but not funny in the sense of a laugh riot. Get a chuckle here and there, that kind of thing, but still very enjoyable to read. I may have to check out the British series based on these. They look interesting. And I hope to one day get to the next one, the next Dirk Gently book, which is The Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul. But I gotta say, the first book, much better than the second book. This is kind of a thing that I've seen with Douglas Adams. I very, very much enjoyed The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Great book. Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. Very much enjoyed it. His second books in the series, and then afterwards, I felt that for instance, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series, the first book was really good, really funny, and the other books kind of went downhill from there. Same with this one. It's really good, really funny, and then the next one, not so much. Anyway, that's it for today. Like and subscribe as always. Thanks for watching, and put on the notification so you can get notified when I put up these videos. And as always, enjoy what you're reading.